We're going to start a plastics clinic at 10. I think his clinic can start a little bit later.
This is the third trip to the Sioux Indian Reservation for some members of the voluntary medical organization called InterVol. Dr. Ralph Panino is InterVol's president.
I look at InterVol now as being two components. One is the recycling program, which is ongoing, and the other one is the volunteer spirit of the people who help out in InterVol. There's an inner core of volunteers who are kind of crazy, like going to places like Haiti, Brazil, and we have a good time.
And Rosebud is, the second largest reservation in the Dakotas in the Aberdeen area. Population varies from whoever is counting, I guess, from 10,000 to 20 to 25,000. Most of them are concentrated in Todd County, and the majority of them get health care here.
The tribe has never used the white name for them, which is Sioux. They call themselves Lakota. Todd County, South Dakota is one of the poorest regions in America. The area has one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the United States. Unemployment, substance abuse, spousal abuse figures are also well above the nation's norm.
Inconsistent parental home care. Situations where you have 12-year-olds taking care of, 11 other kids ranging down to the infant age. Situations where you have substance abuse in the house, domestic abuse in the house, no water, no utilities, a long distance from the road, no telephone.
There's a large shortage of doctors and nurses at the hospital, which is located in a remote part of the state.
We've tried to get nurses to come back east, and we're hopefully to fill some nurses here. We have a program that just went out that Karen's working on, where VIA health nurses will be allowed to come out here, if they so wish, and spend 6 weeks at a time to help them with the shortage.
The need here attracted InterVol.
Now, Mary, who's the boss? Who's the boss? You. But I didn't go into medicine for money, and I think the vast majority of docs didn't. What they went into medicine for is to take care of patients. You're doing real well, honey. And what I need is a new pair of forceps.
The reservation has a sovereign government, and tribal laws free doctors from malpractice suits. Another plus for medical professionals, there's no managed care at the hospital.
And the beauty of a situation like this is that I can come out here and I can see a patient and I can talk to that patient and I can take care of that patient as a patient. I don't have to worry about their insurance. I don't have to worry about their co-payment.
It's become a real addiction to visit other countries and learn about other cultures. And one of the best ways to do it is through your nursing profession.
I feel that InterVol, and we could offer them everything from general surgery to orthopedic. But there's a lot of reconstructive work we could do here for the people that would help them out and help their self-esteem out also.
Was it as scary as you thought it was going to be?
Well, I like it when these doctors come in because, a lot of stuff we can't get around here. And like with her, that little scar, she was real, it made her, she didn't like it. She didn't like wearing shorts and stuff because of it. And this is going to help her a lot.
In part 2 of To Help the Sick, the Rochester medical staff in the Rosebud operating room.
Think you can do it? Slap me high, slap me middle, slap me low? You're still too slow.
Joseph Hill, our News. Real quick, what would another child mean economically?
Disaster. I couldn't afford it.
Hey, Stephanie. I'm Fred Howard. Glad to meet you.
What do you think about these doctors coming here?
I think it's good because I've been wanting to get my tubes tied for over a year now.
The team of physicians and nurses from VIA Health's Rochester General Hospital are volunteering, although this group of volunteers, called InterVol, brings much-needed medical help to the Lakota people. Its members are receiving something as well.
Coming here and doing this, as I've shared with Karen Joyce many times, has been my dream. I see myself, once my children raised, doing this kind of thing. So this was a good place to get started. We have different services here. We have GYN service, and we'll be doing what they call BTLs, which is bilateral tubal ligation, sterilization for women.
We're running out of the blankets, so we'll need some more.
I'll start giving you a little medication, okay? You may start getting a little heavy on your eyelids. And take some slow, deep breaths, nice and easy. And Judy is going to hold this mask on your face. Put your chin up and take some slow, deep breaths. Now you will be falling asleep, all right?
All right, the procedure we're doing is a laparoscopic tubal. That's what we'll be doing. It's where we put a fancy lighted stroke through your belly button. And then another instrument goes in just about at your pubic hairline. And what we actually do is use electricity to, fancy word is fulgurate, but it amounts to sort of burning the tubes so that they separate, so that it totally interrupts the tubes. It makes it a fairly quick procedure, both surgically, but also a pretty quick recovery.
How you doing, Steph, okay?
Hi. Your operation's all done. You're in the recovery room.
Tomorrow on To Help the Sick, Rochester doctors fill in at a reservation clinic. Joseph Hill, our News.
Sometimes.
Most of the medical volunteers from Rochester General are working in the Rosebud Reservation Hospital.
Faye, I'm Dr. Ganjami. How do you do?
However, some InterVol physicians work with patients in outlying reservation clinics.
Have you had any medical problems at all?
No, not for a long time.
I've been practicing for 25 years. I love medicine, and I've got a lot of reward from it. And I feel that I'm at the time in my career when I can afford the time and the time away from my practice to give something back to somebody else.
Dr. Ganjemi was aware of Rochester General's InterVol volunteers.
But let me just take a look in your throat. I wanted to do something that had no reward monetarily for me, that it would be something where I would be giving to somebody who needs it. And certainly here in Rosebud, we've seen that this is really a group of Americans who don't have the same medical opportunities that we have. You can take it more than once a day, but I wouldn't take it any less than every 6 hours. Here they won't receive some surgical procedures unless it's loss of life or loss of limb. We've heard that over and over again. To us, that is just astounding that could occur in the United States. All right, have a good day.
Really do feel that I've been very blessed, and I really feel a need to try to give something back for all that I've been given. The bottle looks dirty, and is this an old prescription, or have you had this filled recently?
I think last month.
But Dr. Farnan is also inspired by the work physician's assistant Larry Dubray is doing at this clinic and several others on the reservation.
And I did come out here in November and worked with Larry for a week, and it convinced me that not only are there a lot of good people out here trying to do good things for people who are in desperate need, but that me coming out here actually could help make a difference. So for that reason I came back. Now I want you to take a deep breath and blow it out real hard, real fast. Okay, it's been enjoyable on a lot of fronts. And we see a lot of things out here that we don't see back in Rochester. The level of care here is very primitive. Larry is a Native American who's been out here all his life, 20 years here working in the clinics, basically by himself. Sees 50, 60 people a day, has no physician backup for the most part, and the patients out here identify him as their doctor. I think both professionally and culturally. I think they relate to him, and it's been fun working with him because of that. It's nice to see. He's done an awful lot of good.
Be prepared. Number one, check your laryngoscope first.
In our final segment of To Help the Sick, a look at what the Rochester Group is doing to improve emergency medicine on the Rosebud Reservation. Joseph Hill, our News.
It's called Diprovan. It's a hypnotic sedative. That's how you put them to sleep.
What we've just worked out, which is perfect, is that our anesthesiologist is willing to help these people get their clinical time in anesthesia, intubation. It's basically a tube that's put down the throat to assist the patient in breathing. Our nurses are willing to help them, let them help them in post-op and pre-op care.
Lino Spotted Elk is director of emergency medicine for Rosebud Hospital.
Yes, we just recently completed a intense paramedic program, and the first of its kind in the nation. We've completed it in basically 3 months and 3 weeks, which would take a normal paramedic class anywhere from 9 months to 24 months to complete.
The first shot is the best shot.
And with InterVol coming here, we have an excellent opportunity to get some of our clinical requirements out, our innovations. We can do our OR time and surgery recovery, ICU time with InterVol, which we would have never had an opportunity prior to do.
Rochester volunteers trained new Lakota paramedics needed to serve the reservation's 15,000 square miles.
The district apparently is very, very large. We're saying 110 miles by 140 miles, which is unheard of. That's unbelievable.
We average out about 700 calls a month, which comes out to about 25 calls a day.
Rhonda, I'll start giving you a little medication, okay?
Hopefully, myself and my other colleague, his name is Percy Kilsmoney, will be the first Ichangu Lakota paramedics for our program.
Dr. Tim Raishan is clinical director at Rosebud Hospital.
And I think the fact that InterVol is back again will solidify a feeling that this group is committed in a way and interested in a long-term relationship in a way that we haven't seen with other outside entities which come in to help us.
You know, it's been enjoyable.
Joseph Hill, our News.